morning, everyone. I am, there we go. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about meal planning. And I also just wanted to throw out there that I am having a party for Tupperware online, and if you want to be involved, just let me know and I can add you to the group. Good morning, Mom. Okay, so Tupperware. If you want to be in the group, if you want to browse, or if you actually want to purchase something, then let me know. Or if you just want to come in the group and network and get to know me, that's cool too, because I know there's quite a few of you who I haven't got to get to know yet. So that would be a good opportunity. So anyway, this video this morning is going to be about meal planning, like I said. And first I'm going to talk about how meal planning works in my world, because I do Beachbody, and this is kind of just it's not the one that I use, but it's kind of an idea. So there's a way that we find our calorie target, and then we find how many little containers we need each day. And these are the containers which I've shown before. So we have the veggie, your carbs, healthy fats, dressings and seeds, proteins, and fruits. So those are the containers that I use. And I've gotten to the point now, I've been doing this for a little over 2 years, so I don't really use the containers for everything. I use the containers for things like yogurt, because I have a hard time measuring that out still. But once you get the hang of it, you don't have to use the containers as faithfully as you do when you first start out. So meal planning for me wasn't always easy, but I just kept pushing. I started out with something like this, and it is actually magnetic, so it sticks to your fridge. I got it at the dollar store. It was handy for the time being, but with how precise I want it to be with my meal plan, it wasn't working. So I went on to handy dandy Google and I found a chart that was already made up that looks like this, which I've shared before. So you can just find it on Google, and I'm working on making my own so that I'm not copying someone else's work all the time. I mean, this one is pretty spectacular, though. It even has like the spot for the cups. Hey, how is it going? So it has the spot for the cups where you can fill it out with the color and everything and how many you get. And it has down the side meals and the number, and then I just fill in breakfast snack, lunch snack, supper snack. And then it has your dates across the top, obviously. And the reason why I find this one so handy is because when I'm filling it out, I can go in and color off a box once I've filled it in. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Courtney. So for those of you who aren't doing the 21-day fix, though, you might not need one this extensive. So there's this one, which is still a 21-day fix, except it doesn't have the colored in spots, or the spots to color in. So it's a little less, I don't know, 21-day fix projected, I guess. So anyway, when I meal prep for the week, I always make this ahead of time. So I'm going to make this today, and then This one right here, you can see where I started getting lazy, where I put it in for Monday and then I only fill in dinner because it's the only different one. And then the rest is all the same. And that's something that I do every week is I make my breakfast the same. I make my snacks the same. I usually make lunches the same unless I'm doing leftovers that week. So if I have a lot of suppers where I'm going to get a decent amount of leftovers, I'll just do leftovers for lunches, and that works too. Well, you can see my fishy in the background. Anyway, so everything stays the same except for suppers. I always switch up suppers because that would get pretty boring if we eat the same darn thing for supper. And when I was doing one-to-one fitness, when I was going to one-to-one fitness and had a personal trainer, he literally made us eat the same thing every day, all day long. And I was like, I can't do this. Like, we were eating so many green beans. I don't know how we afforded all those green beans. And I'm just like, I can't eat this many green beans. Like, we were going to Costco and buying those great big packs of green beans, like 2 or 3 at a time to get us through a week. And I'm like, this is nuts. Like, I don't understand. So anyway, I change up my supper every day. Frozen grapes, I think, will forever be my evening snack. But that's another tip for meal planning is that I usually keep my evening snack pretty light. I don't like to have a full or heaviness in my belly when I go to sleep. And so, yeah, keep things the same for as much as you can. And if you want to switch up lunch, try and keep it within the same category. So when I talk to people about meal planning and prepping, I always say, like, what are you feeling this week? Are you feeling like you want to eat a lot of chicken? They are the bomb. I love frozen grapes. I don't get grapes past 10 minutes in my house before they're in the freezer anymore. And my stepdaughter hates it, but they're so good. Anyway, so, oh goodness. I'm losing my train of thought. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so yeah, when I'm talking to people about meal planning and prepping, I say, like, do you feel like you're going to eat a lot of chicken this week? Or are you feeling like, you know, mixing it up or having some beef or whatever? And I try and keep, like, this week we have a pretty extensive menu. How many calories do I do in a day? I think I'm at 2,100, I think. 2,200 maybe. I can't really remember because we only do it once and then we use the container program. So I know it's around the higher because I am in a higher weight bracket at this time. So I think it's between 21 and 22 calories a day. And frozen grapes, yes, I just take them off of the vine and I put them in a Ziploc baggie or into separate containers or whatever you want, and you just literally freeze them. And I think it's the sugars natural sugars, and they don't completely freeze like rock hard, so they're kind of like, it's really, really good. You should definitely give it a try. You put them on a baking sheet on wax paper and they freeze right up. They're like, yes, they are like candy. Like, I could eat the whole thing right in one sitting. Yeah, I haven't had any problems as long as you don't put them in wet. I haven't had any problems with them sticking together either. So I guess it depends on if you just freshly rinse them or if they're dry when you freeze them. Hey, Tammy. Red or green? Actually, I'm a really big green grape person, but I tried red ones the other day because my husband brought home a mix pack and they were both very delicious. And for anyone who's interested, frozen blueberries are just as good. I do like the frozen blueberries. Yeah, for sure, Lisa, no problem. So, like I was saying, this week, I have a lot of zucchini on my menu, and I don't know if anyone's seen the photo that I posted, but I thought I was growing cucumbers, and they aren't cucumbers, and we think that they're yellow zucchini. So I'm going to treat them as such until I'm proven otherwise. Like if I open it up and it's definitely a squash rather than a zucchini, then I will cross that bridge when I get there. But as of right now, I'm putting things on my menu like zucchini lasagna, and I use chopped up zucchini in my taco skillet, and I will put it in with like pasta or my salads, things like that. So I have quite a few things because I'm growing a ton of zucchini right now that I wasn't expecting to grow, and I am just trying to use it up in my meal plan as best as I can. So that's how I do my meal plan. That's kind of a basic rundown on how I come to the conclusion that I do when I make my meal plan. So what else was I going to talk about? Oh, and the Shakeology, when I do my meal plan, Shakeology is a meal replacement. So when I do shake, sometimes I will add things into my shake, and sometimes I'll just have it just with milk or water and have it as is, but it is technically a meal replacement. So when you're making your meal plan, if you do take a protein shake, you want to make sure that if you're using it as a meal replacement, that it actually is a meal replacement and not just a protein shake, because there is a difference. All right, so anyway, that was all I had to say about meal planning for today. And again, if you guys are interested in being in the Tupperware party, please let me know, because we are starting to post the deals and links and stuff today. So let me know and I'll get you into that group. And I will talk to you guys again tomorrow. Bye, guys.